Hello, everybody, and welcome back to PWZ. And I know it's been a few weeks, but we are definitely here. We have not really gone away, just paused, I guess, for a few weeks. We're back, though. This is Rick Del Santo, and joining me, as always, Showtime Marcel Williams. We got a lot of great stuff to talk about, man.
We are here. We are back. It's been a long break.
Yeah.
I miss whoever keep on tuning in to watch us. And I checked the numbers a few minutes ago before we recorded this. It's 2.5K that subscribe to PWZ podcast on YouTube. So I appreciate the people that subscribed and continue to support this whole structure of PWZ. And I really miss talking about wrestling with Rick, and we are here. We made it after all the long delays and mishaps and run-ins and promos. We are here.
Don't forget this. I was actually, when we were planning on getting back to recording, is when I got COVID. And then that put me out for about another 2 weeks. And then, was it last week we were going to record, and I think it was healing up, and it just couldn't match because of, geez, man, just our schedules.
Yeah, I'm just going. Listen, I'm just going to be real. We had COVID, which I'm glad you pulled through because serious deal out here. With all of the whether you vaccinated, whether you're not, is so much politics going on. But I'm glad you're okay. But I got I'm house shopping right now. I like to put my stuff out there, which is not crazy, but I'm house shopping. Yeah. Everybody that's out there know how it is to get house for yourself and own a house. So I'm going through all the tournaments to get there. So almost there. And but we're here to talk about wrestling. We're here to talk about Paradise Alley, all the indies, WWE, AEW, and we here for the downtime to continue to enjoy what we love.
First off, I want to talk about one thing. I have a little thing here. Shockmaster Fanzine. I want to give a shout out. It's a little wrestling pamphlet / newsletter. It's really informative. The latest issue is out. Got an interview with Kerry Morton. That's Ricky Morton's son, who's currently in the NWA. Let's see who else. Masha Slamovich, Rip Bison. There's also featured in here, and a few others. This is issue number 6. You can go to their Instagram. It's the Shockmaster Zine, and you can request a free copy. He'll just send it to you. That's it. It's really cool, informative. He talks about he's out from the Chicago area. And he just does this fanzine and does it for free. And it's pretty awesome. I haven't seen anything. I didn't think many people were doing anything like this these days until I came across this on my Instagram. And, I thought mostly people are just out there doing podcasts these days. But that's pretty fucking awesome that he's doing this. So go request your copy. Tell him I sent you and I'm going to be contributing to some stuff there as well, some writings. I'm going to be sending in some pictures, and we'll be talking. You're going to see some Paradise Alley featured in there as well. So
nice.
So you'll see that, man. So so what's been going on with you, Marcel, outside of the house shopping and everything else? We had a good show last night.
We had a good. When I do that means is been a stressful time. We had alley fights now this will be airing Monday morning, I guess. So this is Sunday we recording, but last night, Saturday, it was alley fights return, the rebirth, and we kicking off alley fights at the beginning of the year of 2022 to kick off the big event that's coming on January 29th, the New Year's Retribution. I did my thing last night for alley fights, which I'm going to have you explain because I'm sure that you're invested in that. And a few other talents that showed their talents off, like Elijah Six and Kylon King, the PAPW Intercontinental Champion. And then we had a injury update about Flash Waller, which was an alley fights champion, which he couldn't defend the title against Jordan Rowe. But it was a few mix-ups here and there, but it was a great show. People enjoyed it. It was a great turnout. It was a successful event.
I really enjoyed the show. I thought it was a very well put together show. It was enjoyable. I'm going to do a quick rundown of the matches if you want to give any opinions
Indeed.
on them. Now, I got to tell you, Elijah Six defeated Mark Alexander. I've never seen Mark Alexander before. I know the name. I've seen him. He's a test of strength wrestler, student.
Yes.
Trained with Slick Wagner Brown. I thought this was a really good match. And have you noticed how much in the last 6 months to a year that Elijah Six has improved?
Yes, he has. Elijah Six has really improved on his talents, and
Yeah.
you know the gimmick is still the same, which is cocky, and he's the GOAT already. So you know he already got his upcoming match at New Year's Retribution against Kylon King for the PAPW Intercontinental Championship. But his attitude is definitely showing that he can handle Kylon King or anybody else. But that first match was really good. I enjoyed it. Mark Alexander is going to be the future of the Indies, and he has a great attitude. And that match was really the exposed talents of Mark Alexander.
Yeah, I thought it was really good for somebody that I'd never seen before. I was really impressed with that guy. The Haven defeated the Battle Academies, Jake Lynn and Lorenzo Vendetta in a non-title match. Very good match. I thought this was pretty fun. I think that Lorenzo Vendetta out of the group has some potential. Outside of that, you know,
Yes,
yeah,
he does. But you know, Battle Cabin tried. Basically, go ahead. So basically, Battle Cabin is trying to beat the Haven and trying to prove a point to Chris Battle. So I mean, they failed again. I don't know how Chris Battle is gonna bounce back at them. Maybe he may penalize them, but they trying hard to prove for Chris Battle. And I'm wondering how Chris Battle feels sitting at home, trying to figure out what this Battle Academy group is trying to do, because he is the number one contender for the PAPW Championship. And on top of that, you got your guys sitting here continued. I mean, they've been missing Skyler for like months now. That fell apart. And now you got these guys. They came and beat the tag team champ. So hopefully Battle Academy bounce back and we move forward and they do what they need to do to prove themselves in Paradise Alley.
I was going to ask actually, what had happened to Skyler? I haven't seen.
I don't know, dude. I mean, I gotta ask Chris Battle. Only Chris Battle know. You know, ever since Dieselmania 5, she's been missing. So I don't even know.
She got murdered by Karen Bam Bam. Yeah. Steven Garcia won by disqualification over Greg Baylor. Is that the Heart Time? I thought it was good. I think Steven Garcia's got some great potential. I think Greg Baylor is a good up and comer. He just talks a little too much.
Yes, he got a little cocky attitude. He's new to Paradise Alley. He just started a few months ago, and he's already ready to launch that rocket pad through Paradise Alley and on. So. I mean, him and Steve put on a great match that was very improving to the fans that are in attendance. That, you know, Greg Baylor is very new to everybody, but he showed a lot in that match. So, and then obviously we see in the aftermatch what went down with him attacking Steve and then, you know, put his hands on a ref and stuff. And then Sergeant Murray, the director of operations, made the match for January 29th between him and Steve, the rematch.
That's going to be at New Year's Retribution. The special start time, 3 p.m.
Special start time.
You're going to have a
91, 92 start times now.
Yeah. You're going to have, there you go. You're going to have a good day of professional wrestling because you can watch this and then go home and probably start the Royal Rumble. Which the Royal Rumble, we can talk about that too in a little while. I'm not looking forward to it this year, but we'll get into that. It's just something.
Rumble. I know. I feel you though, but the Rumble.
We'll get into it after we finish with Alley Fights. We can talk a little bit about that because I'm going to tell you why I'm not interested. We're gonna have the guys. I'll just say it later.
Well, while you go on with Alley Fights, we're gonna start a new segment Rick. Rick Vince.
Oh man, I know you've heard me vent a few times on here.
Yes.
Yeah. Start it again. No, sir. But we'll talk. Also during the face-off, you, sir, had a face-off with Matisse. Oh shit! No, I missed the fucking match. Never mind. Lou Jacobs lost to Lucas Chase. Forgot, sir.
It's okay.
So the Cure, Lucas Chase beat Lou Jacobs. And like I said, I damn near lost my shit. Lou took a dove over the fucking ropes. And
Yes.
that was pretty incredible. I didn't know Lou was capable of this. So I thought this was a solid match, to be honest with you. I think Lucas Chase is killing it, dude. I think he's doing this guy is doing something, and you know, I think this guy's out of anybody right now, this guy's got a bright future out there, man. I'm telling you.
Absolutely does. You know, I had my little pet peeves with him because we had our little Broadway situation a few weeks ago, but he's coming on up. He's doing the AEW thing. He's doing the rounds through independence, and not only that, he had a good match with Lucas Chase. I'm saying with Lou Jacobs. We gonna add that out. I'm sorry, with Lou Jacobs. So, you know, I enjoyed the match, and you know, we just gonna continue these problems with me and him. You know, he just don't like me. I don't know.
I want to know when that rematch is. You guys wrestled what, 25 minutes, a half an hour,
25 minutes. Yes.
Yeah, time limit draw. When is the rematch? You guys can't just leave it at that. I want to know.
Can't, but sooner or later it's going to happen, and I'm looking forward to it. And this time, I'm going to beat it. I was close.
All right. Of course, you and Matthias had your face off. See, now I'm going in order. So, because you guys are working the January 29th at New Year's Retribution, and you know, you guys have a long history together against wrestling each other. You guys, out of Paradise Alley, you guys probably wrestled each other, you know, I don't know what, probably good 10, 15 times, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a long history in Paradise Alley, but other places as well. But this right here is for the biggest prize in Paradise Alley. And I've been waiting for a long time to get this one opportunity, which I suppose I had the opportunity back in September. And what happened? Richard Holiday got intervened in this situation.
That's right.
You know, and then Vlad got involved, and then we got this whole ordeal. So now all that is all done. It's just me and Matthias one-on-one for the gold, and it's finally going to go down.
I think we might have to see. We might be looking at the new Paradise Alley champion in front of me right now.
Long overdue.
It's been what? And he beat you. He beat you for the belt the first time, or not?
Yes, he did. He beat me for his first ever PAPW title reign at Dieselmania 4, and you know, is the story is there. I beat him in the ladder match for the Intercontinental Championship. It's been a long journey, so now the journey ends here for that championship, and I'm looking, as you gonna explain, I had to shoot the first shot.
Yes, man. Well, we'll go this way first. Lucas Chase decided to get involved and talk some shit to the two of you, and then you guys went at, or he tried to attack the two of you, and then that just did not work the way that it probably, or the way that he thought that it should. And so when he fired back, you caught Matthias you basically knocked him for a loop.
Yeah, I done for a loop. You know, he wanted to sit here and say what the headlines was and all this other stuff.
Yep.
And you know, it's you know, I try to be cordial about the whole situation, but then you want to call me back in there and try to embarrass me because you want to give your accolades that you beat Richard Holiday and all these other guys to continue this reign. So you know what? That's fine. That's all dandy. But come January 29th, I'm going to walk in as a challenger once again, like I did the last 2 times, and I'm going to walk out with the Paradise Alley Championship.
I'm looking forward to that match right there. Also, the main event, Kylan King defended the Intercontinental title against the Grapple God, Jordan Rowe. I thought this match was fucking awesome. I'm going to tell you
It
right
was
now.
great. Yeah.
You watched it? You got a chance
Yeah, I
to see it?
watched it. Yes,
Holy
I
crap.
did.
This was a phenomenal match. I have not uploaded it to YouTube yet. I've uploaded the entire show with the exception of this match because I had to go back and re-edit a part out that I was politely asked not to include. So so I'm gonna go out and I gotta take that part out, and then I'll be up probably tomorrow morning sometime. So I need everybody to go out and check this match out because this, I mean, I thought it was phenomenal, really did, and just it reminded me of watching like an old All Japan match or something like that from the 80s. It
Mm-hmm.
was just that the wrestling was just so good and solid and stiff. It was really good, and this kid, Jordan Rowe, he's only been in the business probably a year, right? Maybe a little over a
Yes,
year.
he has.
He's
Yes, he
getting,
has. He making a lot of runs, man. A lot of runs through
yeah.
Test of Strength, other promotions. He's
Mhm.
really a good kid, and he's very respectful. And then not only that, like he continues to make the rounds through the independents.
Yep. Yeah. And Kylan's been killing it a little bit, like all over the place, even outside of Paradise Alley. He's been making shots up in Beyond and other such pro wrestling organizations. So, yeah,
Absolutely.
thought this was good. So, what else
Alley
we
Fights
got?
was a successful
Yeah.
event, man. It was a successful
I thought
event.
it was a really good show, and it was just like beginning to end. I didn't think it was like really any boring moments, nothing that I cringed at.
Nah,
So,
we
the
had
alley,
we had those in the past, but yeah.
alley fights. This is probably truly is the rebirth, as this show was titled. So,
Nah,
I could see,
absolutely.
I could see that. It reminded me of the alley fights of old. So, yeah.
But
So we
coming
got
up,
we got New Year's Retribution coming up.
yes, we do. We got New Year's Retribution coming up. We got the announcements that been going on Paradise Alley. We got myself versus Matthias for PAVW Championship. We talked about that, but we got Kylan King versus Elijah Six
Yep.
for the PAPW Intercontinental Championship. I'll let you call the next match, Rick.
We got. Hang on, I got it right here on my phone. We got Ichiban and Bloodsaw.
Yes,
For the
first time ever.
United States. Yep, the United States title. Of course, Bloodsaw is former United States champion.
It's okay. It's too many titles
Yeah.
in PAPW. I feel you.
Yeah. I mean, you don't have as many as WWE does, but damn
You're
near
right.
close. Damn near close. Outside of that, obviously, former partners are now going to finally collide. Lou Jacobs, the former Maxim Morozov, taking on Zafar. I'm just going to call him Zafar. I don't want to try to sabotage that last name.
I got you because I understand where you come from. Zafar Arahihi. It took me a while to learn that, but I got it together. Yeah, they're going to collide. The former tag team champions, Collusion, is going to collide for the first time ever. And we got an announcement on Alley Fights as well as Greg Beller versus Steven Garcia as well. It's more news coming up, and plus we have former WWE legend and wrestling legend Danny Davis making an appearance as well. It's going to be
dangerous Danny Davis. Let's get
dangerous. Danny,
very dangerous.
He may smack me in the face because of that. Dangerous Danny Davis making his appearance at Paradise Alley Professional Wrestling on January 29th at 3 p.m. Tickets are still on sale at ParadiseAlleyProWrestling.com. $20. It's $20 for the photo op for Danny Davis and autograph separately. So I'm just going to communicate with you all the stuff that's going on with Paradise Alley. More news coming up. And what did I say? Tickets on sale. ParadiseAlleyProWrestling.com.
Is Danny Davis going to have copies of his book for sale?
He should. I know Bob Backlund when he came, he had copies of his book. So
yeah, I got one. I got one right here.
Do you? Here we go.
Right. And
Unchained, the event that we had before the Corona did run in.
yeah,
He was
yeah.
there.
That's right. You got interviewed by the Guardian of Chaos. I decided to have a conversation with Bob that night. We get a little bit off topic here, but I decided to have a conversation with Bob that night because I had met him as a teenager. I don't know if you know this, but I wrestled in high school. I was not very good, but he was a coach of the Rocky Hill wrestling team, Rocky Hill High School wrestling team.
Who, Bob Backlund?
Yep. And
Nice.
so we were in a tournament against, and we were facing them, and like somebody's like, "Oh, that's Bob Backlund over there." I'm like, "Yeah, right." Like, nah, and sure than shit. So of course I went over and talked to him. So that Unchained, I went up and yeah, I'm sure he met like a million people, over the years. So
Absolutely.
obviously he's not going to remember me some fucking 30 years later or whatever, 20. So I went and told him, and I started talking about how the first time I ever met him and stuff, and he was very nice, but he's just kind of a crazy old man. Like
Yeah.
kind of. So I was like, all right, well, this is the weirdest experience of my life. So I politely, nice meeting you, and walked away.
Nah, I mean, I met him the same night that you did. I shook his hand and introduced myself. He's a great guy, great
Yeah,
attitude, not bitter about the business, and he's
no,
a great guy. I mean, like you said, I mean, he's up in age. He has that mentality, but he's still a great guy. I enjoy meeting him,
yes,
and it's one of those experiences that you keep tight to you.
yeah, no, and yeah, I did meet him again. I met him like one more time after that, and he was, very nice. So yeah, it's good stuff. So what else we got going on here? We got man. I know we're a little bit late on this, but
We so late.
yeah, we are so
We
late. So we're
tardy.
just gonna. Oh God, man. We're gonna get in trouble for this, right? But I want to talk about something. All right. I know we're a little late. A lot of other podcasts and news outlets talked about it, but we pretty much said goodbye. I know we've said goodbye quite a while ago, but I guess they kind of put the final nail in the coffin to the black and gold NXT brand by, yeah, I'm kind of depressed over it. However, Braun Breaker was 3 weeks ago now, won the NXT title on his way out to the ring, kicked that old X out of the way to basically symbolize fuck you, Hunter, and the black and gold brand. You're out of here. I mean, I guess out of the current NXT 2.0, which is such a freaking dumb name, roster, is there anybody else that's actually capable of being a champion? And maybe I shouldn't say capable, but you get what I'm saying. Somebody that they should put the belt on. I don't see many.
Carmelo Hayes, former
Well,
Cassie, Chris
yeah. I
Cassidy.
mean, but he has a belt as well. He has
He
the
has a
North American
belt,
belt.
but we all know that's next in line.
Yeah,
I mean, that's the only person I see getting
right.
the next run in line. Braun Breaker continues to go be the face of NXT. I mean,
Right.
truthfully, I think they may move him to the main roster if they mega quick with it, but I feel like he's just gonna continue to improve, and that's their guy for that brand right
Yeah.
now. As for the black and gold NXT, I mean, what we know and love, I'm just gonna be real about what we know and love that was competing with AEW, that was before AEW, was the hottest brand in all of WWE.
Yeah.
Now it's just a nail in the coffin, man, between the kick with Braun Breaker through the OX, between the releases. You
Yeah.
can say, and like I said, I'm just gonna be real because there's a lot of other podcasts that address it and say, well, you wonder how Triple H feel. I mean, obviously, us in the public eye, we see what's going on. We see what's the destruction of the black and gold NXT brand.
Right.
It's not like us we're blind to it or whatever it is. It's there, but I'm just gonna tell you, dude. If anything that is exposed to the McMahon family is exposed, this dude Triple H has sit here and put the work in for the NXT brand. to even build a performance center that they really needed through the pandemic. If they didn't have that, I don't know what else they would have did. Besides that, and then at first, they have the transcripts of Triple H talking about the Indies and how he didn't like the Indies and how it would not fit the WWE brand. To transition to loving the guys like Johnny Gargano and the Finn Balor's and the Kevin Owens and Samoa Joes, and understanding that these guys that busted their ass off for a good 15 years on the Indies knew how to work, knew how to just go out there and perform, and maybe needed a little tweak to get to that WWE level that they needed them to be. But, you know, it got flipped, and McMahon only want the guys that are non-experienced, that football star that has the look. And, you know, now we in a process now that we got to give what Vince wants. He's still alive. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. You know, there's nothing wrong with life. You know, this man is at the age that he is, but he's going to want what he wants while he's alive. And we just have to respect it. So I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm just going to leave it at that.
There's just a lot of wild stuff going on down there. You know, it's, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just wondering how, you know, Hunter had this vision for NXT, and it's all now gone. But he had this vision. Basically, he combined, you know, he cherry-picked the Ring of Honor roster. He basically, it was like a super Ring of Honor / PWG kind of a promotion. You know what I mean? Like, you were just seeing those top-notch matches from beginning to end. You turn it on.
It was the AEW before AEW.
Right.
I was going to be real. It was AEW.
Yeah.
Because I kind of enjoyed it more than any other thing. Listen, I'm just going to be real. When the network happened, when the network got put on the broad brand that it did, I latched on to the old WCW Nitro days. Yeah. Because it's always good to have competition. So when NXT came up and started showing that it was different than the permanent brand, which was Raw and SmackDown, it was something different. You know what I'm saying? It was something. So him bringing back War Games and Halloween Havoc, and, you know, just putting on a different wrestling product than the main roster, and doing big events like TakeOver, and just having TakeOver be the biggest thing on the weekend compared to any pay-per-view event that's going on the Sunday after. It's just, dude, it's like all of that just got crumbled in like a few months.
Yep. I would always look forward to Wednesday nights turning on the network because it was an hour of wrestling television and it was an hour of fire. You know what I mean? Beginning to end, it was just one of the greatest shows to look forward to. Now, you know, you could tell when they went to cable that some of it got pulled back somewhat. Maybe not necessarily in the beginning, but you knew that that was kind of going to be the beginning of the end for them, for NXT Black and Gold in a way. You knew that they were just going to have to answer to advertisers, not going to be able to sit there and have 30-minute matches with, you know, and not do anything. You know what I mean? It's just a lot changed, and it just seemed like it did not, that moving that to cable television did not match with the amount of fans. They might have been getting a great reception as a web series on the network, but it just didn't match up with cable views, basically.
No, it didn't.
Especially when AEW announced their show. So, so I'm going to miss NXT. I have not tuned into 2.0 since possibly the third episode. So,
well, I'm just going to tell you, I have. And, you know, it's just a whole different product. It's just something that is not what was NXT was. And I mean, I get what they was trying. I get what they're trying to do now. They're trying to build the stars of the future. I respect that. I fully understand that.
Are they building
But
it like? Because you got to make people care about the product. I don't care whatsoever about that
and
product.
that's the problem. That's the legit problem. I think what it was is just like how they treating it. I mean, I'm not gonna say it wasn't a business before. It's always a business,
Mhm.
but now it's legit a business. They look for the next star. They're not worried about okay, well, now we got Roman Reigns. Now we're looking for the person after Roman.
Right.
And I listen, I get it. I get it. I'm not mad. I know a lot of people may sit there and tear up their their NXT posters and probably burn them in the burn them or something like that. But I fully understand it, and it's about business, dude. It's just like they just continue. I mean, you know who they want. It's Braun Breaker.
He's a
Who's the other guy
star.
name? Who's the other guy name?
Carmelo
Uh,
Hayes.
yeah, Carmelo Hayes, which is
Christian.
real good. I don't got nothing against him. I don't got nothing against him.
No,
He's real good. He's one of the
I've
ones that
said
would
that
stand
for
out in the black and gold brand. You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? But you got other guys that is I forgot the guy name that is the son of one of the wrestlers of the
Oh,
Beverly Brothers.
Wayne Bloom's son.
Yes, him.
Yeah,
I mean,
he
dude. I mean,
doesn't he
he's
doesn't do
not it.
nothing for me. No,
Nah,
he's
he's
not.
not it.
No offense, but then again, it took me a while to get into Wayne Bloom. You know what I mean? I liked him,
Yeah,
the Destruction Crew in AWA, and I like the Beverly Brothers. You know when they moved over to
I thought the Beverly Brothers was underrated. Truthfully,
yeah, they
I thought
are.
they were
They
underrated.
they were a very good, solid team, but they weren't say the British Bulldogs or the Hart Foundation. You know what I mean? Even though they probably could put on solid matches with those teams, but. You know what I'm saying? I think you know where I'm going with
Yeah,
this,
dude.
but I
Yeah,
don't think that Wayne Bloom's son. I can't remember his name right now. It's some weird name, but
it's a weird
like,
name. I'm sorry.
yeah,
When
yeah,
somebody say, I'm like, oh Jesus, I forgot.
yeah. I don't think he's it. I don't think that it's nothing against the guy. I just don't think he has. Maybe he needs some more work. You know?
Maybe, but that's what NXT, the Black and Gold brand was. You had the people that was the people that was established, and then you bring in guys like that, and then you build them up against those guys. That was an old NXT. Now you just
Yeah.
disband the whole thing and squash everybody, and just like, oh well, we just gonna build these new people off the bat. That's it.
Yeah. Yep. It's a little ridiculous, but it's not. I mean, not every wrestling show is gonna be for me. You know what I mean? That's why there's so many
And I
wrestling
respect,
shows.
yeah,
Yeah. So
I respect
you
that.
just latch on to what you like. You know what I mean? I liked the original NXT. I just don't like the direction of going. So I don't have to watch. There's plenty more wrestling out there that I could tune into that is more the style that I like. So
Absolutely.
that's the best part about being a wrestling fan. There's so many options if you don't like one thing.
Absolutely.
And you don't have to sit around and talk shit about all the other wrestling. You can just say, hey, I don't watch it.
I just don't watch it.
Yes, I'm talking about
Talking,
specific people.
we not talking. Yeah, I know you are because you got those people out there. But we have our opinions. And
Yeah.
NXT, we did love Once Upon a Time. I remember sitting there watching Takeover Brooklyn with Sasha
Yes.
versus Bayley. I remember all that stuff, watching it, sitting there like, damn, this is a movement. You know what I'm saying? Them selling out the Barclays Center that you hate so bad, and and
I had a
them
bad
going over to
experience. Yeah.
them going over to the UK and all this other stuff. They broke boundaries.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna let you know that I'm gonna continue to watch NXT, the bullet points, because
Yeah.
I watch Raw and bullet points. And there we go with that running. I like it. So that was the right time. So just know we gonna continue to watch NXT
Yeah.
the bullet points because it's not what we like right now.
Yeah. I mean, I'll still read about it. I read PW Insider and the Observer and the Torch on a daily basis. It's just there's something interesting, I'll go onto YouTube or find a clip, but That's pretty much it. But
It
I
was a
think
good
Braun,
match last week between Grayson Waller versus AJ Styles. It was good. I watched it.
well, yeah, but it's AJ Styles.
It's AJ Styles. You're right. There we go.
Exactly, but it's AJ Styles. AJ Styles can just have a great match with a broomstick.
Anybody.
You know what I mean? That guy has been killing it for 20 years. You know, like he hasn't had. It's very hard for him to have a bad match. You know what I mean? And it's like they're showing that they can't get that 2.0 over just yet. So they're bringing in somebody like AJ Styles, bringing in people from the main roster to have matches. So that's why, to try to get people to watch it. But
listen,
it doesn't work all the time.
900,000. NXT went from 900,000 fans every week to 500. That should tell you how many fans it lost.
Damn, that's an incredible loss.
That's an incredible loss. And I'm not talking about Dynamite being on Saturday and then they lose fans and this and that. No,
Right.
This was a legit loss throughout the duration of the transition. So if that don't tell you anything to what USA signed up for, I don't know what is.
I don't know what the fuck USA is expecting anymore, because that third brand is just not doing it for USA, really.
Nah, it's not.
I don't even know if the main brand is, to be honest with you. I mean,
well, the main brand do a lot of advertising, so I respect it.
Yeah, you respect it.
It's all about this.
Yeah. I get it.
We know the release is all about this.
It is, because there's some people that just want to line their pockets while ruining other people's lives, so to speak.
Absolutely.
So, William Regal was released, Samoa Joe, for the second time in less than a year.
Yes, again.
Yeah. Amongst others.
Don't tell you the destruction of the old NXT, because there's a lot of podcasts that will tell you there's destruction of Triple H. Okay, that's fine if they want to say it that way. We don't know how Triple H feels because we haven't seen him. And truthfully, I'm just going to tell you from my standpoint, if I was Triple H's shoes, I wouldn't say anything either, because I would feel maybe distraught that I built a brand to be a worldwide phenomena, and then all of a sudden you just want to destruct it all. Right. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I understand how he feel, and then I don't know. Maybe, it's nothing he could do. Truthfully, at the end all be all, Vince owns the company.
Right.
So what can he say?
He can't say anything.
He can't say anything.
There's been so many freaking rumors or just stupid little things. People are like, oh, Triple H is going to get released. Oh, Triple H is next. And it's just like, or Triple H is going to leave and start his own company. I'm like,
what can he say?
Making so much damn money right now. Yes. Why the hell would you leave? And they released, I think that's the one thing that wouldn't happen, is him getting released.
And I know why they think that. I know why, because Shane McMahon left a few years ago. You know what I'm saying?
He's left and come back so many times. I mean, come on. And he doesn't hold any stock in that company as far as owning any of it. You know what I mean? Or like he owns his own business. He just goes and has storylines and works matches.
That's it.
He is not part of that company as far as on the business side whatsoever.
But Triple H, yeah.
Yes. Triple H has been for years. So
yes,
you never know. But truthfully, anything could literally happen. Literally. Hey. But I don't believe it, though. I don't believe that will. You know what I mean?
Yeah, to this point, anything can happen. There's always news every day. Since we've been missing on a milk carton for like 3 weeks, there's been major news on top of news there's not a week that is not no news. Yes. So anything can happen, and I'm looking forward to the future, because there's always news every week.
2022 is going to be our year. We are going to build this show up. It's going to be humongous. We're going to start doing a hell of a lot more. And just, it's going to be a serious thing. So I'm just telling you, and you'll be hearing little by little as it comes out over the next few weeks. There's going to be some really fucking awesome things that are going to happen in the world of PWZ. Just saying.
Absolutely.
So
listen,
yeah.
I miss doing this. We've been doing a lot of stuff. So now we're here. We're talking about the world of wrestling. I just love it.
Yeah. And something that we didn't get a chance to talk about a couple of weeks ago it has to be 2 weeks ago. Danielson and Page, Volume 2.
Yes.
Page,
Well, can we
Chapter
talk
2.
about Volume 1? Because we didn't talk about Volume 1.
Are you sure?
Did we talk about Volume 1?
Yeah. Yes. I'm going to tell you why. How we did. We talked. I think we may have hyped up the match for the second match.
Did we?
But yeah, we absolutely did. Yeah, because it's one of the last
It's been a
episodes
long
that we
time,
did.
man.
Yeah, it has been.
A lot
Yeah.
of drinking. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's all right. Because it's usually where we're at on Sundays. So it is okay because we're probably the drunkest wrestling podcast on earth. So there's nothing wrong with that.
I mean, at least we not slurring. We could be like slurring and on the camera like this and going sick and
I've
just
been
like
there. If you go back and watch episode I did 2 years ago, you remember the what was the horror show? The WWE horror show? Was it?
I do remember that
stupid?
sabotage. I do.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think I was the
iPhone.
drunkest I'd ever been recording a podcast, and I drank some 100 proof whiskey that evening, watching the pay-per-view on top of God knows how many beers. Yeah. So
okay.
I just remember when we were done recording, I sat on my bed and the whole fucking room started spinning. So I had to take the next day off of work. So
truthfully using your own Thunderdome.
So ever since then I still drink on there, but they've never touched that damn 100 proof
just
whiskey
to a certain
since.
limit. Just to a certain time limit. We got.
So we're having fun. So Danielson and the other guy, Page, round 2, volume 2, chapter 2,
debut on TBS.
Debut on TBS. It did not go a full hour, and it was Danielson's first loss on television.
Absolutely.
Or in AEW.
Too.
Yeah. It was holy shit. This one was bloodier than the last one.
Yes.
This I couldn't believe it. God damn, man. This was a really freaking good match. Maybe not nearly as good as the first. And this one only went about 40 minutes. It didn't go the full hour. And Adam Page ended up walking out the champion.
Yes, he did. He walked out. Continued the first ever defense, which was an hour. This is his second defense, and he proved that, like he said, which we will segue to other episodes. He wrestled 90 minutes all together with Bryan Danielson throughout the whole title reign that he'd been running. And 2 of the matches was a classic. This second one was real good. It's really stamped Adam Page as the AEW World Champion.
Yep.
And, made him a big star, which Bryan Danielson proved that he can't elevate any person. I mean, Kenny Omega was already elevated but that match at
that guy,
Arthur Ashe Stadium at the Grand Slam was real good. It elevated him, and he continuously to wrestle every week. Every finish is different, kind of like that Bret Hart style. You know what I'm saying? It just continuously be a work of art from Bryan Danielson.
I mean, he's probably one of the greatest wrestlers in the last 15 years. Has it been?
No, he is. But the thing is, during the WWE run, which is now a sport entertainment brand, which always has been, it's just the fact is, we never seen Bryan Danielson, the wrestler himself. We've seen the Daniel Bryan, But now we see in the Bryan Danielson a Ring of Honor, but evolved as the Daniel Bryan character together. So
Right.
now
We didn't
he's
get to see
taking all the
those.
experience. Yes,
Right.
he's taking all the experience with the Ring of Honor experience, and now we see him elevate the talent of AEW.
We didn't get to see those 60-minute matches in WWE because you're not going to have that.
Hell no.
Yeah, it's a long time since I've seen one of those. And I think that we discussed something similar about that a few weeks back. When was the last time we saw an Iron Man match or something like that in WWE? It's been quite a while, or an hour long match. Yeah, so we'll have to, it's true. Danielson is just seriously one of the greatest, and he's just killing it in AEW. He's been going out there putting on matches that he hasn't been able to have since joining WWE.
If the people, like me, I knew Bryan Danielson was good, but I never experienced his ROH past. I knew he was good when he came in to since we talked about NXT, the first NXT game show NXT. When he came in, I knew he was good. And the style that he was throwing out there on national TV showed that he was good. But now on AEW television, he's taken what he had from ROH, which is, and now I caught up on it now, probably a few years ago I did, but he put on a wrestling clinic in the ROH. So now he's taking all that and revolving it. This dude Sayer had all these people hate him within a week's time while he's facing Adam Page.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he's taken everything that he learned throughout the years that he's been in the business. He continues to entertain me on AEW television, which we're going to segue to another program that is really good as well, MJF and CM Punk.
Yeah. I have not caught up on this week's AEW or last week's just yet because just been busy. So MJF is killing it. CM Punk. Some people. Let me ask you a question. Serious question.
Shoot.
How are you feeling about CM Punk in AEW and his character? Do you think it's a watered down version of the CM Punk of the, say, the Indies and Ring of Honor and WWE? Or do you think it's just a matured version? Or some people I know did this. I saw online a little article about saying that he's basically a lame version of his former self. I don't necessarily agree. I think that he is doing very well in AEW. In AEW, but it's also 7 years since he's been involved in professional wrestling. So not everything is going to be gold. It's a different era of professional wrestling.
I mean, I get the story being told. All right. I mean, CM Punk been missing for 7 years. You said it.
Yeah.
This dude was not going to bounce back to be AEW champion. He was not going to be bounced back in the main event picture. This dude, if I was writing AEW as it was, I would have built him the same way. This dude been missing for 7 years. He's not going to come back. It's just like Brett. When Brett took a year off at the Iron Man match and he faced Austin, he's going to have a time with Austin because he's been off for 8 months. Austin been up and down doing the roads, facing everybody. It's just that story being told there. It's just going to take time because he's been gone for 7 years compared to 8 months that Brett was out. So he's going to go through the channels of facing this person because he's telling the story of him being rusty. You know what I'm saying? So I like the story. Truthfully, the only problem I have with CM Punk and AEW is the fact that I think they overexpose him a lot. I think certain times that he don't need to be on every episode. He could skip an episode. You should make a big deal that he's wrestling. Bryan Danielson, they used him well as well. But he's been out there wrestling. You know what I'm saying? He's been out there wrestling. showing that he can go. CM Punk, you have him on commentary, you have him cut a promo. Yes, he is a promo guy, but at the end of the day, this is wrestling. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You should be building up to these big wrestling matches that CM Punk is going to have, just like Bryan Danielson is going to have. So, I mean, that's all. My only thing with it is I understand the concept that they're throwing. I understand that he's rusty. He's been gone for 7 years. But the thing is, you shouldn't have him on TV a lot. You water his appearance down. You know, it's a big difference of him popping up on The Last Dance for Rampage to now.
Right. Yep. Yeah, I guess I agree with that. You know, I mean, he's yeah, I don't know what else to say about that. Honestly. Honestly. No, because I get it, man. Because it's like sometimes he just comes out for a run in, or it's like you don't need. It's like, and I'm not saying that it's not something special because it's like, you know,
I'm not saying that I don't like seeing him. I just
right, yeah,
it's too much.
Yeah,
It's too much. Like he's not even wrestling. You sitting there like, oh well, he just came off a run-in. He came out like there's one situation, and I'm sorry to cut you off, Rick, but there was one situation where it was him versus Bobby Fish, and he was facing Anthony. Bobby Fish was facing Anthony Green, and he was beating on Anthony Green after the match, and then all of a sudden, CM Punk come out of nowhere to do a run-in to help him out, and then they were like, oh, next week is Bobby Fish versus CM Punk because he did a run-in. Like, dude, all you had to do was have Bobby Fish beat Anthony Green and say, oh, well, next week, since Bobby Fish won the match, he's decided to challenge CM Punk. It's simple. You don't have to have CM Punk come out there and just do us extra running and running
not everything.
Like, oh, well.
Not everything has to be like a feud, I guess, like starting like a crazy scenario, basically, you know.
Yes.
Like, yeah. So yeah,
it's a big pet peeve with AEW now because I have watched certain other podcasts and videos. Like they getting tired of the promos interruption stuff. You know what I'm saying? Not everything has to be a story. At the end of the day, dude, and I'm just gonna put it like this, and I go through it with my situation now. Like everything don't have to be a story, dude. At the end of the day, this is a wrestling competition. Everybody's trying to get to the one situation that they need to get to, and that is for the biggest prize in any promotion, and that's their championship.
Right.
You know, I don't have to sit here and interrupt your damn promo and sit here and be like, oh, well, I want to face you to get to the rank number, whatever it is.
Yeah.
We already know what it is. We already know what the motive is. So I just hope that AEW will stop that situation that they got going on.
They have a certain formula, just like every other promotion. You know what I mean?
Yes.
You know, WWE has a certain formula that's just been sticking through, which obviously, you know, we've spoken about that many, many times on here, that it's stale. They've been doing it for over 20 years.
Yes.
Since the Attitude Era. It's basically a watered down, it's like a PG version of the Attitude Era.
Absolutely.
So, you know, with the promos and the wrestlers taking over the show and all that stuff, and next thing you know, it's just a match. It's not even sanctioned by the board or whatever. You know what I mean? Like back then, they treated it like an athletic competition. Now it's just a wrestler comes out, talks shit, and says he wants a match, and guess what? By commercial break, that match is happening. You know, when they come back.
Mm-hmm.
So, and AEW has their thing, and you know, the NWA has their thing, and Ring of Honor had their thing, I should say. So, you know, it's just, yeah, I get what you're saying there with the whole scenario and the booking of that in the AEW.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's still a good brand, though.
It's a very good brand. You know, that's something I might not always watch live, but it's something that I at least go back to, you know, whether I watch it while I'm I do most of my work watching while I'm working the following day. You know what I mean? But I had a lot of other stuff to catch up on this week, so I didn't get a chance. But I still look forward to watching that every week. You know, it's one of the better brands out there, like in the mainstream.
Absolutely.
So it's actually probably the best mainstream brand out there right now. So
they're on a hot streak right now. I know we didn't get a chance to talk about it because we didn't, you know, even the Ray Phoenix injury. I seen that live,
Jesus.
and I when I seen it, I cringed because I remember seeing this Sid Vicious injury.
Oh my God, that
So
Sid Vicious one,
yes,
I cannot go back and watch that Sid one because
me
every
neither. I
time,
remember seeing it. Yeah,
yeah.
I
And
remember
the
seeing it.
Phoenix
So when I
one,
seen, yeah,
sorry, go ahead. The
no,
Phoenix
go ahead, go
one
ahead.
though is luckily he landed wrong and it did not. It was the injury was not nearly as worse as bad as they thought it was.
It
It
looked like it
wasn't.
was though.
Yeah, it did. Like I was
Oh man,
convinced that it was broken, but the doctor said that it was just actually dislocated, and I'm sitting here like, how the fuck is that just a dislocation? Because they look like they broke that shit in half. Like
he broke it. Yes,
yes, and I was
yes.
like, and I cringed
And
when
I
I watched
flipped
it.
out.
Yeah,
I flipped out when I was
yeah,
watching. My wife was watching. She thought that it was the choke slam through the table. I said no. I said you gotta look closely. And when I showed her, she's like, "Oh shit!" I was like, "Yeah,
yeah,
he broke his arm."
yeah. And
I was like,
he
"This dude broke his arm."
just came back from injury a few months ago. That's the other thing.
Listen, all I gotta say is, from my experiences in the business and doing bumps, just take the bump through the table. Don't put your arm down. We already
Yeah,
know what's gonna happen if you put your arm down. The arm is not gonna win against you landing on it. I'm just gonna tell
yeah,
you right now.
yeah,
Just take the when they teach us to do these bumps in the wrestling ring, they say keep your arms flat and your back takes the bump. Just take the bump. I'm not gonna say that it was unnecessary to do the table bump because it was something to take Phoenix out the match completely. Whatever decision they decided to take, I respect it. But dude, anybody, if you're not comfortable taking a bump on your back, dude, and you just gonna put your arm down, you just don't want to take the bump, and I respect it. But that's the business. You gotta take the bump on your back. I'd rather take the bump on my back instead of put my arm down and then breaking it like that or
right,
dislocate. I'm
right.
telling you that right now. I'm telling you that right now.
Is there any word on how long he's going to be out with that?
They say a few weeks, but I think he'll be out probably 3 to 4 months, dude. Like that,
Jesus Christ.
that,
Wow.
that leg. I mean, I'm saying that leg, that
Yeah.
arm. Like I didn't know that arm bent so bad. I really thought it was broken, dude.
I
I swear to
literally,
God,
oh God, yeah.
watched it.
I literally
I was like,
watched it
that's
a
a
couple
Sid Vicious
times.
injury. That's
Yeah.
exactly what I said. I was like, Sid Vicious injury.
And yeah, you ever go back and watch that Sid Vicious thing, literally watching that fucking leg hang like that after he fucking lands, I'm like,
Yes.
oh God. Like I can't go
The
back and watch it
nastiest
now.
injury
Yeah.
wrestling. I'm just gonna tell you that right
Yeah.
now.
And
And,
after that,
and
he ended up
Phoenix, even yeah, Phoenix
he,
probably
yeah.
close to that now.
Yeah, that's probably one of the worst injuries. Besides the the death match out in Russia where that dude's fucking totally his leg got fucking lit up on fire. I don't know if you ever saw that.
I
Yeah,
know
that shit.
that one in the was it what's his name? Not Kushida. It was the dude from Japan. He did lion salt and he landed on his neck.
Oh,
He died.
the Hayabusa. Yeah,
Yes, that
yeah.
was
He
nasty
went to
too. I remember
go
seeing
do
that
that.
years ago.
Yeah, yeah. He basically his foot slipped when he went to go do the flip, and when he did, he landed and it broke his neck and paralyzed him. But
Yes,
and he didn't die because of that injury. He ended up dying just a few years ago, I believe.
yes, he did.
Because he ended up having, he was put into a wheelchair because of that. But
He
yeah,
did end up walking though.
yeah,
He did end up
and
walking.
yeah, but oh my God, I felt bad for that guy because he was one of the most promising wrestlers of the future at that time period. And if you watched, it's very prominent in uh, FMW. And if you go back and watch that Dark Side of the Ring, you can, it's in there. They play the clip inside that Dark Side of the Ring on FMW. So,
Yeah.
yep, that's pretty much it. So yeah, do you got anything else you want to speak about or?
Nah, man. Just I'm glad to be on here to keep this going now since we keep on doing this now. And this ain't no false promises. We're gonna be up here every week now.
We're going to
Okay,
be up
so
here every week, unless it's a
now
natural disaster of some
unless
sort.
it's
You know.
some natural disaster or something like that, we're gonna be up here and we're gonna continue to talk about the current week of wrestling. But we just gave you the bullet points tonight. I'm just glad to be here tonight to continue this going forward and back talking
Yeah.
about the stuff we love.
Yeah, and
Professional
I'm
wrestling.
going to start back on track watching everything that I can. So, and of course, we're going to be talking about the everything in the world of Paradise Alley as well each and every week. So, all the shows, anything, like I said, you're interested in watching that stuff, go on to the PWZ YouTube channel. The footage is up there, I'm sure.
It's been a long time. I told you, it's been a long
Yes,
time.
it has been. I can't even think.
We gotta get all the handles together.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm sure the Fogman has some footage up on his thing as well. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Marcel, why don't you tell everybody where they could find the Showtime?
You can continue to follow me if I'm gonna remind you. It's gonna be Instagram at Showtime Marcel, and then at Facebook, Showtime Marcel Williams. Just follow Marcel Williams on Facebook, and then also on Twitter at Showtime Marcel. I'm continue, like I said, send me some messages if y'all want to talk about some wrestling, get some inputs or anything. Please contact me. Continue to follow PWZ Podcast. Rick gonna give you the handles, and he's gonna close this off. And I'll see y'all next week.
Obviously, you can follow us on Instagram at PWZ Podcast. You can hit us up through email, pwzpodcast@gmail.com. Any questions, comments, if you want to talk shit, whatever. You know, and Facebook, obviously, PWZ Podcast. There's lots of really good stuff coming there. And just stay tuned. We got some other stuff coming up in the next few weeks. So keep it seen. Keep it real. I'll talk to you guys soon.
Be well, be safe. Good night.